one thing you judge people for the hardest on secretly?
Just one?
Yeah. Yeah, you do it pretty out loud.
Welcome to Property Management Uncensored. I'm Phil Kazmierczak along with Samantha McKinney. I stuttered on your last name there for a second. Do you hear that hesitation?
Yeah, sometimes people still call me Sam Canada.
Really?
Yeah, and every time you say my name, I think of it in my head.
Samantha McKinney. That's fine. Today we're going to be talking about deposits and disputes. But before we do that, we're going to talk about last night's election quickly. We're not going to get into the political aspect of it because that's really not what we do here. But we did have an election in Virginia yesterday. We're recording on Wednesday the 5th, I think today is. And the election was yesterday. This is going to go live on Monday, whatever that date is. So it's going to be almost a week old at that point. But for today, it is fresh knowledge. And let me tell you, if you are on the Republican side of the aisle, you had a rough night because it was just a blowout. But if you are on the Democrat side of the aisle, you are doing cartwheels on your way to work this morning because you had an incredible night, carried all 30 delegate seats around Northern Virginia. An incredible night for the Democrats. So I looked into what this is going to mean for real estate and property management. So I pulled up Governor-elect Spanberger's housing plan, and I pulled a couple key notes from it because this is what we can expect to see happen. And I think we are going to see probably all of it because not only did they win the 30 seats around Northern Virginia, but Democrats picked up a total of, I think it was 13 seats so far in the House of Delegates. So right now there is a 64-35 split with one race undecided right now. As of right now, it could have been decided within the past hour or two, I don't know. But right now, 64-35. When you have that kind of majority, there is very little incentive to work with the other side. So
that's big.
It is huge. So, Democrats had a fantastic night. Republicans had a really bad night. So what does it mean for real estate and property management? This is directly from her website. So it's not my commentary or anything like that. But she wants to cut red tape on burdensome regulations. I think that is fantastic. And we absolutely need that for real estate so that we can have more housing. Provide incentives for new construction that increases housing supply. We need more housing. Grants for first-time homebuyers. Increase affordable housing. She wants to address the rise in homelessness and evictions. So I'm just going to break down what a couple of these things mean real quick. Virginia itself does not have money. It cannot print money. It doesn't have money. The only thing it has are taxes. So anytime you see that there is an incentive program or a grant program or something like that, it comes from taxes. So typically when we have these types of programs, you're going to see some kind of tax increase somewhere. It may not affect you. It may only affect the top 5-10% of earners across the Commonwealth, but typically there's going to be some type of tax increase to pay for these types of programs. She wants to address the rise in homelessness and evictions. And this is a big one. We currently already have an eviction diversion program on the books. We don't really talk about it that much because we don't evict anyone. We did one the past 2 years, I think. So with the current eviction diversion program, the tenant would have to go to court. They would have to be asked to be placed into the program. And to be accepted into the program, they have to put down 25% of whatever that unlawful detainer is for. So if she is going to continue with that program, it is on the books, we may see a change in that program. Maybe they don't have to put anything down. Maybe they have to put the same amount down. Maybe it increases the amount that they have to put down, though I doubt it. But I think we're going to see a lot more people heading into that type of program. The biggest change that we are going to see in the property management world, well, there's going to be two of them actually, and that is going to be the failure to pay notices. Currently, rent is due in the 1st, right? And they have until the 5th to pay it. On the 6th, we send out the 5-day failure to pay notices. The past few years, the Democrats have pushed for a bill which has been vetoed by Governor Youngkin each year, where they want to extend that to 14 days, which is what it was during COVID. Yep. So I think that we can absolutely expect that to come back. I don't think there's any question about it. there's even a chance it could go 30 days instead of 14. And the reason I say that is during COVID, when the two sides, Democrats and Republicans, were going back and forth, Democrats wanted it to be 30 days. Republicans wanted to keep it the same. Virginia realtors got involved in all their lobbying efforts, and they compromised at 14 days. So that is what we ended up with COVID. That's what the previous versions of the bills have said. They want to go back to the 14 days, but I don't think it's out of orbit to think that it could extend to 30 days. So what it means is that if your tenant did not pay rent on the 1st, they're going to have through the 14th to pay rent instead of minimum. Through the 5th. At the minimum.
At minimum.
Yeah, so it's going to be crazy. So there's not a huge incentive to, remain a landlord in Virginia when you have that kind of leeway for the tenants, especially in conjunction with this diversion program, which essentially just puts them on a payment plan. So they get to stay and they're behind on rent, and you can't do anything for 2 weeks.
Right.
So it's going to be tough for the housing industry. And secondly, we are going to have rent control. It is going to be here in some way, shape, or form, probably starting in July of 2026, because the General Assembly is going to meet in January, February. They'll set out all the new laws. We are going to have rent control in Virginia, 99.9% certain, statewide, in some way, shape, or form in July of 2026. So
we saw that coming.
I talked about it a couple episodes ago, where if this happened, this was going to happen. It did happen, so it's coming.
That one I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the new notice period.
Yeah, we'll see what they say. Obviously that part is my commentary. I don't know what they're going to do. Same with the rent control, but I think that the rent control, typically there's a closer split between the two parties. It's just a blowout at this point, 64-35, maybe 64-36. We don't know what's going to happen. Typically, rent control only applies to multi-unit housing, so apartment buildings or something like that. But with this kind of split, they could do it to everyone.
Yeah, and I want to touch on, too, I think that a lot of people for a long time thought that, and still do think that, the state of Virginia has enormous eviction rates. But what people aren't realizing is those eviction rates are based on unlawful detainers filed in the court system. But 80% of those unlawful detainers filed don't even make it to eviction. There are programs, there's, a bunch of stuff. And I think that a lot of this stuff is based on that knowledge instead of the real hand knowledge of the actual amount of evictions that are completely taken through.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Fortunately, there are enough programs out there that can avoid evictions already. And people take advantage of those. We provide resources, and in our failure to pay notice, we have resources in there because it is required by Virginia law for us to put those resources in there. So we do.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting, the assembly session in January, February. I think this is a long session coming up. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, and it is all going to be about relationships. Who has the best relationships in those lobbying efforts to sort of push back on some of the housing policies that are not in the best benefit of landowners. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said this morning, one is, I get protecting tenants and, I understand that. But at some point, when's the last time something was implemented to help the owners or to protect the owners?
Yeah. Not in a while. Not a broad policy that was permanent in place. Nothing really. All right, so we are going to move on to security deposit disputes. One of our favorite topics. Because it's the thing. We do our inspection process. How many inspections do we do a year of a property? We've got a move-in, the 6-month, and the move-out. So probably about 3 in a year.
That's if we don't do another, condition before the move out.
Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe if there was a lease break or, something weird like that. But typically 3 inspections a year. So we are in the properties.
That's a lot. Actually, when you say it out loud, that's a lot.
It's a lot of inspections. And it's at least 2 different people doing the inspections, because you do one at the condition at the 6-month mark. And then we have another company that, On-Site Pros, which is fantastic. They come in and do the move-in and move-out inspections. And they have a couple different inspectors. So we could have 3 different people doing those inspections. So that means that property is going to be very well covered, right? So we have... It doesn't happen very often, because fortunately we have great tenants for the most part. But occasionally we have tenants that just want to argue about all of the charges on their disposition.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like they're like, if I say something to everything, they gotta say yes to something.
Right. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Like, we have everything documented so well throughout from the 3 different inspections. I mean, everything, the walls, the floors, the ceiling, under the kitchen cabinet, under the bathroom cabinet. I mean, it is all covered unless we don't move things out of the way, obviously. So we're not going to move a dresser and look behind it. We're not going to go through personal closets to see what's in there unless we open a closet to look at the ceiling to make sure there wasn't a water leak or something like that. But we're not going through personal belongings or anything like that.
I can quote every single tenant ever that has ever disputed their security deposit. And it's, and I quote, "I left the property in better condition than I received it."
Absolutely 100%.
Yep. Every single time, the exact same sentence every single time.
I know, and I'm like, wow, you had 5 days to let us know if we missed anything on your move-in inspection report, and you didn't say anything.
Yeah, it was great when you moved in, and you still think this is great?
I know.
Yeah.
Wow, with all these crud marks on the wall, and we just had a move out. Typically, our move outs are good. We need to do some cleaning, maybe some landscaping. We just had one that was not great. We have 2 properties right next to each other, and we just did a move out on one of them. It was 168.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm not doing the whole street name, obviously, but that they just picked up and left.
Oh.
Essentially. I don't know if you've reviewed that move out. It just came in. I think Hans just sent it over.
Literally just took the stuff on their back and left?
Pretty much. They took out the big furniture, but they left everything else in there. So there's going to be a lot of charges on that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They really liked me.
Yeah.
They gave me a gift once.
Did they?
Yeah. It was a crystal.
They gave you another gift, too, and it's now you get to go clean up that
unit. Yeah, thanks for that.
I'll bring in vendors to do all that stuff. But yeah, they always... I mean, these people, though, I know are not going to dispute, because when you leave something that is in that big of a mess, they're not disputing anything.
I don't know, though. Some people are bold. Well, some people have left and come back, and they are bold.
It's not necessarily the charge. It's the amount of the charge that they're like, wow, I could have done that. Well, you should have. Yeah. I mean, like, I could have had that place cleaned for $75. No, you couldn't.
And I'm like, did you just one day decide, like, hey, I'm just starting over, clean slate, fresh and clean? I don't want nothing.
There's clothes all who leaves clothes? Yeah. That's expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
We had someone leave a guitar one time, an electric guitar with an amp.
Maybe they found them like a nice sugar daddy and who's going to pay and take care of everything, and they just got to leave their whole life. I mean, I guess I would too.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't understand how you leave a place like that. I do understand not cleaning it, because I will tell you, when you are done moving, packing up the truck, you are exhausted.
Yes.
I get it. Yes. Now, if you gave us a heads up and said, look, everything's out, I just don't have time to clean, fantastic.
I tell them that. Yeah. That's actually almost preferred, because then they're not getting whoever they think is, up to par. At least we can send our cleaners. We know what their, standard is, and that's fine with me.
That's a great point.
Just let us know.
Because that's why a lot of property management companies now are going to like a $300 non-refundable cleaning fee.
Yes.
Because this happens.
It's easier. I mean, and a tenant's going to be less mad if they send a cleaner out and they're trying to, always, who doesn't try to get the best price? Like, I get it, right?
Yeah, we all do it.
Get it, but you get what you pay for with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, they're paying, $150 when in reality it should probably be $300, but they're going to pay the $150 to somebody who they think is, and then they're going to turn around and pay the $300, therefore paying $450 when they could have just paid for the original $300.
Yeah. Just let us do our jobs. It's so much easier. We just had that conversation this morning. Like, just let us do our jobs. Get out of the way. It's going to be so much easier for everyone.
Yeah.
And the tenants that think that, like, they're the first property we've ever managed and that we're new to everything.
Yes.
I'm like, what? No.
I'm going through that with my daughter right now. Like, she's trying to pull stuff, and I'm like, do you realize I was your age once? Like, I'm not like, and
I did this better than you.
And I'm like, what do you, just come on. Sometimes,
yeah,
they think we're in middle school, and
that's all right. They got to learn somehow.
Yeah.
So When that complaint comes in, do you typically get that, or does it go to like Melissa? Because it typically comes into tenant.support.
So it usually comes into tenant support, and I don't deal with it, but of course, I read them when they come across my screen, and because I want to see what they're.
Melissa's a bulldog too. She responds, and it's like, nope, actually, here's the photos.
And she's like, number 1, number 2, number 3 with yeah. She comes with receipts.
I know. And I actually have that mentioned on here because what we typically do is we'll refer them to the lease. We'll send them the photos, the move-in, move-out photos. We'll send them condition photos. But it wasn't like this here, but it's like this here. Like we have everything documented really well. Show them that move-out inspection. And eventually we just we'll go back and forth probably twice and then we're done. Mm-hmm. We don't respond after that. If you got a problem with it, take us to small claims court.
Yeah. I think a big one is landscaping too. Yeah. I think a big one is trim if the bushes are trimmed when you moved in, just trim them when you move out.
I know.
Pull the weeds, the vines down from the side of the house that are creeping up the side. That's normal maintenance stuff. And I don't know if because tenants don't think, because they don't own the property, they don't think it's their responsibility, but.
We had one. We don't manage the property anymore. I can't remember the name of the property. I don't think you were here at this point, but there was bushes or vines growing up the side of the house or whatever that were not there when the tenant moved in, and then when they moved out, one of the vines had gone into the house and through the floorboard and into a room. And I was like, how does this even happen?
That's insane. Yeah.
How does this happen? You didn't notice? Oh, that plant shouldn't be in here.
Yeah. But the property they left it in better condition than they got.
Oh, I bet they did. They did not in this case. They probably said they did, but they did not. We go back and forth a couple times, and then that's it. We're not going to engage with, just arguing.
Back and forth banter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's no point in it. Just take us to court. And we don't actually send the physical receipts of the work done to the tenants. And the reason we don't do that is because we have a tenant, like we had maybe 6 months ago, that reached out to the vendor.
I was going to say they'll probably harass the vendor.
Absolutely. That's why.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the vendor was just doing their job.
And they want to argue with them on their prices and why they, yeah.
And the vendor just did their job. They just did exactly what we told them to do. Mm-hmm. So we do not provide that information.
But do you remember... I was getting my closet redone, and I had to go to Home Depot and get 4 bolts, and it was $20. And people don't see that stuff. So I wouldn't give them the receipts because they're going to try to break it down when they have no idea what any of the materials, any of that costs. So.
Yeah, and you're paying for the experience of the contractor a lot of times. The materials are one thing, but knowing how to do it right the first time, that takes a lot of time to do.
Mm. And if you didn't want to pay for it, then do it yourself before you move out.
I know, fix it.
End of story.
I know. Gosh, I learned a lot of things when I was redoing my dining room on now I know how to do things right the first time. Mm-hmm. Like cutting and baseboards and chair rails and crown molding.
I've learned that I will never know how to do it right the first time, so now I just pay for it or have somebody who I know knows how to do it the first time.
I know. I still have to take down a small, it's probably like that. Oh, no, it's a little bit wild. It's probably a tree that's like this, but behind my shed, still need to take that down. And I'm like, oh.
It's only that big?
That's it. It's bigger than that. It's probably like that. But
put a chainsaw around that thing and tug it out.
But it's in the back corner behind a shed and in the fence, so it's a little, you've got to hit it at an angle. It can absolutely be done. I'm going to have it done. I'm probably going to do it this fall.
It before it gets too big, because I had a weed that was in my front yard, and now it's a tree.
Yeah.
It was a weed, and now it's a whole tree. Yeah. Do it before it gets too big, because and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's expensive now. Mm-hmm. Things are about to go up. I saw some policies. So that is all I've got on that. We had another section that we were going to cover, but we're going to talk about it next time, and it is dealing with difficult tenants. Unfortunately, ours are really, really good for the most part, but because I wanted to talk about the election at the beginning of the podcast, because that's going to affect everyone across the Commonwealth, we're just going to stick to that, the deposits and disputes portion today. So we're going to move right on over into rapid fire questions.
I do have some really great examples on difficult tenants, though, that would be mind-blowing to people.
Excellent. Well, put them on a list, because we're going to talk about it next time.
You deal with this?
I know.
All right. Okay, so this one I thought about before I fell asleep last night, because I saw your text about the podcast, and I was trying to figure out who had questions before I landed on it was your responsibility, and then you landed it back into my lap.
Because it was.
Because I was thinking about it. If you could have one medical or cosmetic procedure without the responsibility of the cost, what would you have done?
Oh, the same thing I'm gonna have done next year. My eyes. I'm gonna have the bags removed.
Yeah. Okay. One gross thing that you do that you never wanted to say out loud, but I'm gonna ask you anyways.
Okay, I'm not going to say. All right, I will say that I will let dishes sit in the sink for a while. And
For how long?
Like 2 days. That's a long time for me
Yeah,
because I
that's
keep my
kinda-
house
yeah,
clean. I'm
yeah.
like,
And that's, sometimes like when I walk in your house and I'm like, it's the same every single time. Like nothing's moved. Like, does anybody even live here?
I know. Because
Because
Samantha,
everything is like has its own.
to clarify, she doesn't just randomly walk into my
Yeah.
house. She lets the dog out if I'm busy. Or she's not peeking into my bedroom at 3 a.m. or anything
But
like
like it
that.
is when I have gone, it is so pristine.
I know. And the housekeepers are there every other week.
Yep. But he cleans before his housekeeper comes over.
I
Make
will
sense.
do the dishes before the housekeepers get there.
Yeah, because it's your embarrassing little
That's right,
dirty thing.
I don't want them to think I'm dirty.
One thing you judge people for the hardest on secretly.
Just one?
Yeah. Yeah, you do it pretty out loud.
Just one. I will say that the way people present themselves in public.
Okay.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah. I judge people on their kids. Hard.
Well, oh, absolutely.
Hard. Like how, the way their kids act and behave and speak in their mannerisms.
Yeah, the way people treat wait staff, like, or anyone in a store, like, who, like, taught you to treat people that way?
Yep. The number one personal person in your life that you stalk the most online.
Ooh.
Who do you be keeping tabs on?
So this is gonna be lame, but number one, because there's so many that I randomly check like all at the same time. But a lot of our elected officials, I'll go through and check to see what stupid things they have posted.
And go down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not anything crazy. I know you wanted me to say my ex, but I don't follow. Like,
I know.
don't.
Well, because that's why I wanted to know. Because I'm like, well, you don't really care about that.
No, I know. That's why I was like, I check. Like, even if it's someone I don't support, I still will go check to see what bullshit they're spewing today.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't check up on my exes because I already know that I'm happier than you. It's fine.
Absolutely.
You're still miserable. If you were to swap lives with me for a day, what would you ruin for me first?
Oh, that is such a good question. But it's absolutely your kids.
That would get to me, too. And I'd swap back and be like, you thank you.
That's right. Every bad habit I could think of, they would learn.
If you had to pick a coworker to be your lawyer in court, who would you pick
Chris
to
Weaver.
defend you? Chris?
Chris Weaver. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I thought you would say maybe Maria or Leah. Because Leah's a bulldozer,
Leah,
man.
I didn't even think about her. Oh, that would be a tough one.
Because I
man.
was sitting there thinking about it, and I was like, I think I'd pick Leah.
Oh, that's a good one.
But yeah, if I couldn't pick you, I'd pick. But I would pick you. I knew that you wouldn't pick me. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't want to lose.
Exactly.
I'd end up doing all the work myself. Like, just
Leah?
read this.
But then I'm like, I don't know about Leah because sometimes she be coming in and she's like, I don't care.
I know.
So-
What day am I getting?
Yeah.
I do like it though because when I sit on the ethics boards for the Realtors Association, I really, really enjoy those. Or when I represented someone here in a case, that was probably the most fun I've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, when I used to go to court for property management, after my case, I would sit there through the rest of them just because I wanted to hear what the judge would award, what their excuse would be.
Oh,
Yeah.
sometimes you're sitting there waiting for the judge and, it's case. It's all unlawful detainer, eviction, whatever. And you're like, I am going to get screwed on this one. I'm going to get screwed so bad.
Because you see that, you know exactly how it's going to go based on the cases.
Yeah.
Yep. That's even how it goes for my traffic tickets, too. I'm like, they haven't let anybody go. I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
What is your I'm not proud of it, but it's true toxic trait?
The judgment.
Okay. I'll gaslight the shit out of you.
Yes, you will. I can learn things from her. She is a gaslighting expert.
It's so bad. And when I'm doing it too, I recognize that I'm doing it and I still continue to do it.
Yep. I will say that when I was working at the polls yesterday, I had a great time talking to a lot of voters while I'm doing it. I love doing it. I didn't do it the last election cycle, but the amount of and it was completely non-judgmental on both sides, because you have the workers that represent one party on one side, workers that represent the other party on their side, and just talking and laughing all day long throughout your entire shift.
Really?
Like, there's no animosity because we're all just there to, support our people.
That. Good.
It's a great time.
Yeah,
it was a little chilly yesterday morning. I couldn't feel my toes. That's okay.
Well, we're just getting into these winter months, so you better buckle up.
Yeah.
I mean, but imagine how I feel. I'll run from appointment to appointment. I'll just get my car warmed up, and then I'll go in for something. I got to come back out to a freezing cold car all over again, over and over.
I always wait to do it until it hits a cold snap. But with Mercedes, it's a subscription for the auto start.
Yeah.
So I need to spend $100 and however many dollars it is so I can have my car warm up throughout the winter.
Which is also crazy because a remote start doesn't even cost that much.
I know, but I'm still gonna pay it.
Yeah,
they know I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah, well, it's fine when I drive my Jeep, but when I'm in my car, I don't have that, so it stinks. Speaking of your ex, if your ex rated you on Yelp, how many stars would he give you out of 5?
I think he'd give me a 4 out of 5.
A 4 out of 5?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I would ask what you would give him, but we're gonna skip that.
That can be a question for another time.
Okay. Dumbest purchase you've made as an adult.
Car warranty. Extended car warranty.
Oh, I remember.
What a nightmare.
You were so excited for it, too.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, my
Oh, yeah.
God, what a nightmare that was.
Don't forget to get your car's extended warranty.
Oh, don't buy it from a third party. It was what a terrible experience to have them not do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then them wanting to send their own people out to verify what the mechanic already told you, taking additional days,
That's, yeah.
And then not being able, the dealership wants you to pay, and I was like, no big deal, I can just pay for it, and then I'll just get reimbursed by the warranty company. The warranty company's like, no, we won't do that. We'll only send the money to the dealership. The dealership won't give you your car until you pay. Nightmare.
Okay, yeah, I learned my lesson through you on that one for sure.
Yeah, don't do that.
You think it's all warranties?
No, I think, third party probably, but if you buy directly from the dealership, it's probably better.
Gotcha. All right, last one. What is your go-to embarrassing drunk thing? Like when you get drunk.
Oh, it's texting, of course.
Really? Is it?
Oh my gosh.
I like to be outside. Well, I used to. Haven't done it in years. But, I'm going to be honest about it.
Oh my God.
I used to like to be outside.
Mine is absolutely texting, but I
don't drunk text.
I don't drink much anymore.
I don't text at all anymore, though.
I know, it takes forever. I never got a response to my text last night. I didn't know what you were going to show up wearing today. I was like, no Adam Sandler.
Well, I knew about it because of the day before, but...
That's right.
All right, and that's all I have.
All right. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Property Management Uncensored. We'll see you next time.